Mr. Jovan Dudley, we appreciate you being here, regional director in the company. I know you're a busy guy, got a lot going on. Just want to get to know you a little bit, get to know, what your passions are, what got you into ACN. And I know you could be anywhere you want, just, sitting back, and we're just going to get to know each other. And I just want you to just tell us what you got going on, okay? I'm really excited about your success, okay?
Sounds good.
Jovan, I want to ask you one question. What did you do before ACN, and who were you introduced to the business, and how long were you at the company? So how long were you at the company? Who introduced you to the business, and what did you do before ACN?
Okay. So today, it's going to be almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in March. I think March 19th, I believe, started in 2019. So, 2021 is here. So it's going to be 2 years in about a couple weeks, actually. So my anniversary is coming up. But, you introduced me to the business. you introduced me to the business. I would have never known about this business without you going out, stepping outside your comfort zone, going to a real estate meetup, and meeting me there. What I did before ACN is, I've been in the telecom industry for a long period of time, but I started a real estate investing company, and that's what really got me into this business and got me into the network of people, got me to meet you. I mean, if it wasn't for starting a real estate investing company and going out looking for buyers, looking for, people to do deals with, I would have never ran into you probably. So that desire took me to, where I'm at today, being in real estate and trying to create generational wealth. Really, that's what my goal was.
Okay. What was it that you saw in ACN that made you decide to make it start and plant your flag here long term?
It was, when you think about it, there's really not much you can do, to create passive income. There's not many vehicles. There's real estate, of course, which is going to take a lot of time and money, a lot of resources. There's, you could write a book, create passive income. You can make music, create passive income. Intellectual property, passive income. You can do a lot. You can do a lot. You can do a couple of different things, but just to be
out of
honest,
all the companies that are out there, Jovan, what made you pick this company? What made you say yes to this company?
well, it was obvious because a lot of the services that they offered, people use every single day. These are all companies that are well known. These are companies that are well known.
Okay.
So it just made a lot of sense.
Okay. What was your first year like? Did you find success right away, or did it take time? And what did you know you could? What did you know you could be successful in the industry?
When did I know I could be successful in the industry? For the first year was tough. First year, there was no Zoom, so we had to go out and look for people out in the street and talk to people, and there wasn't Zoom, so it was definitely tough. I was in a new area, didn't know many people, so it wasn't easy. Yeah. But I just knew that I was going to do this business and I was going to succeed. So I've seen so many people do it and on a high level and succeed. I just had the belief already, so I knew I was going to work. And the first part was a little tough. Well, what I knew I could plant my flag was because think about it. It's a business that's going to cost you $200, but there's the income potential is in the millions and the thousands. There's generational wealth here. So, where can you go and do that? Besides this business, this company. You're gonna spend a lot of money to get education for all types of different things. This doesn't require any of that. This is very low entry point and very, very high upside. So, and everything else was product based. These are all services that people needed to use every single day. It was all services that people are familiar with, companies they were familiar with. So it was just, to me, it was a no brainer. I was like, why not try it? And the leadership and the support here has been unbelievable. So that's helped a lot.
Now, let me ask you a question. What was it like before the Zoom? What were you doing before the Zoom? That's much easier.
Yeah, before the Zoom was trying to having real connections with people, talking to them over the phone, but then meeting them in person. So after that, having to go meet people, having to go meet them at a coffee shop. I met a few people at coffee shops and diners, sat next to them, talked to them, got to know them, and then showed them the business that way. Driving around, meeting people, that was the business before.
How many living rooms were you in before Zoom? Did you enjoy that?
Uh, Dozens of living rooms. I mean, yes and no, because at the time it was like, we didn't know this existed, so I couldn't compare it to this yet. This wasn't really all we did. So I kind of was like, I had to learn to like it because that was what I was going to have to do if I was going to make this business work. So, but it wasn't too bad. Being in a living room wasn't bad. I mean, it was just like being in somebody's house and going to a house party or something. It was just like, people were there, people were talking, eating and stuff like that. Snacking or whatever, and then just seeing the business. So it was good. I think there were more distractions though because of the living room. Definitely more distractions. So now it's like we're on Zoom, we're just here, and if people have their video on, of course, then you can see them, make sure they're not distracted. But everything has its pros and cons. But this is definitely a lot easier. Zoom is.
Do
a whole
you
lot
feel
easier.
that your business grew? How much percentage did your business
A whole
grew?
lot.
Let's say if Zoom didn't come in, and God, rest in peace, everybody that passed away in 2020 and everything that we're going through as a country. But when it comes to Zoom, what was good and how fast did you grow? Did your business grow at all?
Yeah, I mean, like my business grew with Zoom because it went by 10. I mean, like I had probably 100 customers in June. When I really started to use Zoom, when I started to use it and apply it every day, like we do now, and today it's over 1,100 customers. So I mean, 1,000 customers in less than a year, which I don't know how long that would have taken me. A long time because it took me, probably about a year to get those 100 customers.
Yeah.
So I did what at the rate I was going at, it would have took me 10 years to get to this point, doing it at the rate I was going at. So that's accurate.
Exactly. Yeah, great point. The topic of this call is the power of long-term vision. Why is it important to envision the final result, create a plan, and work until completion?
Because that's the only way you're gonna have success is if you create a plan, work and work it to completion. I mean, there's the only way you could fail in this business is by quitting. Literally the only way you can fail, because if you never quit, you're always going to have people coming into business. You're always going to have opportunities to show people the business, to get them started, to get them going. If you just apply it and stick to your own plan, and then you can't fail. I mean, and failure is up to you anyway. There's temporary defeats. I mean, it's a failure when you call it a failure. When you call it quits and you said, okay, that didn't work, that I failed at that, then that's what you failed at it. But if you meet a defeat and you say, okay, that's just temporary, you keep persevering, and you can never fail. You'll never fail. If you keep going, you'll never fail. So literally I'm planning on never failing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Good point. Now, this isn't a get rich scheme. It's not, or a lottery ticket. This is hard work done consistently over 2 to 5 years to achieve your financial goals. How does long-term vision help IBOs get through the ups and downs of this business?
Long-term vision is important. It's necessary because, just like you said, it's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's not a lottery ticket. So if you're looking at the business going into it thinking that it's a get-rich-quick scheme or it's a lottery ticket, you're going to be disappointed very fast, because just like a lottery ticket, you buy it real quickly, you think you're going to get rich right away. This is not that. You know what I mean? So you have to put in the work. You have to see it long-term, and you have to see it through. You got to pace yourself, and you have to know why you're doing it, and you got to be consistent. And whether that's crawling before you walk, and walking, and slowly getting into jogging and going into running. I mean, you have to pace yourself. But as long as you're moving forward. I mean, whether your business goes up by 1 customer in a month or 100 customers in a month, your business still is going. Your business still is growing. So you have to just chip away, and balance your life at the same time. And one day you'll look up and you'll be a senior vice president of the company, and you'll say, "Wow, how did I get here?" It was a couple of years' work, a season's work. So I truly believe that. And I mean, I can see that because I'm a regional director, and it's been less than 2 years. And how many year and a halves did I waste before? You know what I mean? Like just doing nothing, or, doing the same thing over and over, working the same job and doing it all over again every year, so you got to think about that and think about where you're spending your life. Yeah. So I'm blessed to be able to spend my life here growing a business that's going to take care of my family for the rest of their life and my life.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, good points, boy. Good points. We're at the very start of 2021. Why is it now the perfect time for people to set their goals for the year and have you set any specific goals for this year?
Yeah. It's simple. Like if you didn't learn anything from last year, tomorrow is not promised, and neither is, your job. And if you think that, it's risky to start a business, it's more risky to have one source of income, because that's too close to having none. So if you're putting your hands in one source of income, if that income stream stops, then you literally have no income, and now the clock is ticking.
Yeah.
So that's why you need to buckle down and figure out what path you're going to take and how you're going to create a safety net for yourself, or multiple safety nets, because we just learned last year that if your income just stops, if there's a shortage or if it stops completely, that can have damaging effects on you and your family. So no one wants to see that happen, but it's a reality, and we learned that it was a reality. So last year gave us all like a mirror to look at, and this year, if you fail to change, then you just haven't learned from what we all experienced, and I think it's obvious you got to do something at this point. This was what a wake up call was last year. So I don't see how people can just sit around again, and it's crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I can't relate to people that's just don't learn from things like this.
Yeah.
So I think everybody's on the same page, where they have to figure out what to do. And it takes time to figure out what you want to do, and what you have to weigh your options. You got to look for things, but everybody's open-minded now, I think, for the most part. So this is a perfect time to do this business and show people.
Jovan, what is your favorite service in America and why?
My favorite service is probably ID protection, because everybody needs it. It's the most simple and most easiest service to get. I sleep like a baby knowing I have it. My family has it. Because it's so. I mean, this 2021 is all digital now. Everything is going digital. They're selling digital art now. They're not even selling baseball cards anymore. They're selling the digital version of the baseball card now. So it's a different world. We got to accept that, and you have to protect yourself, because all your information's out there, and it's just waiting for somebody to take it. So somebody's waiting, and I mean, it's really even out there already. It's just not a matter of if it's out there and if people are going to use it. It's when they're going to use it. When are they going to use your identity to do you harm? And we've heard some real bad stories. People getting surgeries done in their name, $40,000 surgeries, knee replacements. Just like terrible things. Boats in people's names, cars in people's names, kids' names. And now you got to spend your time and your money to fix that problem, which it wasn't even your fault. So that will not happen, and that could all be taken care of if you just take the responsibility of protecting your identity. Yeah. And I think it's great, because ID Seal is backed by Experian, so it's backed by our own credit bureau. Our own credit bureau is vouching for this company that's protecting our identity. So I mean, you can't ask for anything better than that, in my opinion, for protecting your identity. So. That's definitely my favorite. Everybody's eligible for that one too.
Okay. Why is ACN the perfect business for people to build a part-time business around a full-time schedule?
Because they're based on services that people need to use every single day. Everybody knows somebody that's paying a bill, for electricity, gas, TV, internet, home security. We're including ourselves, including your family, including your friends. And then you can do it, you put in a couple hours a week, put in a couple hours, during the day, whatever fits on your schedule, and you can do it from home now. You can do it from your computer. You can do it from your phone. So it's the perfect business. And it's why is it perfect business? Because look, there's no expenses. There's no traditional business expenses like licensing fees, payroll, fixed costs. I mean, there's so many costs to run a business, a traditional business, and here you can grow a business for $25. I mean, it's just like, it's unheard of. It's just, we pay more for our Netflix subscriptions and our entertainment. So if you're going to spend that kind of money for entertainment, which isn't going to get you anything, why not spend that money to get yourself financial freedom, or at least have a chance to get financial freedom? Just try it. You know what I mean? How can you fail by trying it? And you have people that are going to fight for you, like, like Michael Eric fought for me, you know what I mean? And leaders all over the country that are going to fight for you and your freedom and help you grow your business. So you have help in the business. It's not like, you're on your own. You have tons of help. Everybody that is signing people up. Like your upline wants to help you. Your upline's goal is to help you win. So there's no one that came into the business where an upline is not out for your success. They want you to win. Some know how to help others do that better than others, I would say, because every coach is different, but they ultimately want you to win. And you have tons of support. There's tons of resources here, online, on our websites, and, training videos. So, there's no excuse. If you want to learn how to do something, the information is out there. You just got to go find it and you got to want it. But it's, it's business fantasy land. It's really extremely low expenses and high income potential. So, I mean, I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, I heard that once. Business fantasy land, plain and simple. Just one, two, you know what I mean? But you got to also own a business to know what kind of business fantasy land this is. You know what I mean? So the next question is, how important are mentors in the industry of network marketing? And did you have any of them pour into you to help you become the leader that you became and achieve the success you have achieved?
Yeah, definitely. You, first of all, you showed me everything about the business in the beginning, the steps, the Rockstar system, the training. You showed me the work ethic, the will, the desire that you had to have in a business. That's huge. That's important because a lot of people don't have the work ethic. A lot of people know, they're book smart or they know what the steps are, but they don't take the steps and they don't feel the steps. They don't put action and passion and determination behind it. You showed me how to put the determination behind it. We went to trainings religiously, whether they were 2 hours away or an hour and a half away, on a Friday, on a Saturday, Monday, it didn't matter. We were going to trainings. We were learning from the best. We were learning from mentors. So you showed me how to learn from mentors, how to appreciate them because not everybody has these mentors. I mean, I can't, I wouldn't be nowhere in the business without these mentors. I would be nowhere in the business without them because they're the ones that did it. They're the ones that started from where you're at. They know exactly what you're going through and they got to where they're at. So, you can only see by example that they've done it. You can just learn from them.
Yeah.
It's just so simple to learn from them.
Yeah. How important is personal growth when it comes to having success with this opportunity?
Yeah, that's definitely important because you're going to have a lot of negative people, discouraging you, telling you it doesn't work, or people don't make any money doing this type of thing and you can't do it because this is better for you. Or, and these people are going to care about you. These are going to be people that you think care about you. And they still do. Not to say that they don't care about you. They want to prevent you from going through, a tough time. They're looking out for your best interest. But sometimes that type of mentality and advice is the wrong advice because you're preventing people from growing. They're preventing you from reaching your dreams and reaching your goals because of their fears. So it's important that you have your own personal you got to know who you are. You got to know who you are and you have to be comfortable with it and you have to be sure about why you're doing it and you got to be sold out on what you're doing. You have to see it clearly for yourself. Nobody else can make you see that. I mean, you have to put yourself in front of it to get what you need to get and whatever works for you, whatever motivates you and makes you believe that it's going to work for you. That's going to happen to every individual, but along the way you definitely have to stay positive because there's a lot of negative out there in the world in general. Every time you turn on the news, when you go outside you hear people talk at the store, anybody, it's just full of negativity all day long. So staying focused and staying positive. So, that's a must. That's a must. I mean, I can't say that enough that you have to stay positive and,
What are your top book recommendation when it comes to personal growth and network marketing?
Yeah. So just getting right into that. Exactly. The how you stay positive are books like Napoleon Hill. Like, see, I have this success from a positive mental attitude. That's Napoleon Hill, W. Clement Stone. You got, this is the best one. Think and Grow Rich is the best one. That's just amazing. How to Win Friends and Influence People. Yeah, I mean, those are the top three. Those are the top three, in my opinion. But Think and Grow Rich, Yeah, that's a great book. How to Win Friends and Influence People is going to help you deal with, because it's a people business. So that's a people business book. You have to read that for sure if you want to help grow a team. But Think and Grow Rich, this is going to get you personally in the right mindset that you need to do this business and to be successful, period, in life. It's not, what the title makes you think. It's like, oh, it's about being rich. It's about growing rich. It's about really thinking and being positive and getting anything you want to get in life. I mean, the first intro to the book is somebody that had a desire to work for somebody else. That wasn't really a desire. That wasn't even a desire to get rich. He just said, I just want to work for this person, and even something as like, just like that, as little as that, is something that you have to put desire behind and faith and, all these things they talk about in the chapters, but you have to read the book, to understand.
Yeah.
But it applies to that book, Think and Grow Rich, applies to anything you want to do in life. So anything you want to do in life, you want to accomplish, that book will help you accomplish it. So, I got a chance to read that book when I was, I think, 12. And it stuck with me ever since. And it's just, like the book says, it goes in your subconscious mind, which is going to work for you when you don't even know it's working. And that's where, success lies. And that's where, good things start happening to you because of, the things that you have deep inside you. So it's really important to get that book read. If you haven't read it, it's a must read. And, successful people have read it over 10, 15 times. So always keep reading it. Pick up a chapter, dive in it,
Okay. All right. What are the top 3 mistakes that you see people making while building their business in network marketing?
So top 3 mistakes, I would say the first mistake is leaving too early. Like, leave. I see that happen a lot, where, it could be someone that has a team of, maybe 5 or 10 people, or sometimes people, somebody might get somebody, they might get one person and think they're done. Like, it's not done. You have to build this. It's not gonna. You can't just get one person or 10 people and 30 people and just think, okay, I made it now. Like I'm in manager mode. Like this is gonna run by itself. No, you have to cultivate them. You have to create leaders. And I noticed a lot of people that when they leave, that's a big mistake because it hurts 2 people. Well, it hurts multiple people. It hurts your team. It hurts you because you're not the same when you come back. I've seen it happen to a lot of people where they leave and then they just come back and it's like, wow, they're a whole different person because they've checked out and, you miss stuff mentally. And it's just like, it's like running a race and then stopping. And then you're not going to have the same type of energy and drive, after you just ran for 10 minutes and you stop for another 10 minutes, you're not going to just pick it back up and like, oh my God, like, you're not going to be at the same pace anymore. Yeah, so it's all about pacing yourself and having that momentum. You take away all your momentum when you leave. So, don't take your foot off the gas so much that you just, go on vacation or you're not doing the business at all because it's just going to be twice as hard to start the momentum back up. So that's a big mistake I think people make is they get a few people in or they think they're done and they just they stop working it. Just keep working it until you get to your true goals, which is like complete financial freedom, like where you don't have to think about getting up and going to work or, you don't have to think about taking a trip to Aruba, or whatever it is you want in life. It's not going to, but I want people to see that it's not going to happen overnight. So don't think it's going to happen with, some people on your team. Like, you have to put in some real time before you decide to take the foot off the gas. Some other mistakes I see people making. Another mistake I see people making is not doing income producing activities, which is a big one because I don't know why, but people, they get caught into looking at, oh, let me get the nicest presentation slide, or let me go watch these, let me go watch these videos for a month. You know what I mean? Like, or let me go, let me finish this whole entire book, or let me help this person do this. Let me, they look for everything else to do besides what you must do, which is have a PBZ and get people CQ. So there's only 2 things in the whole business: acquiring business partners and acquiring customers. If you're not doing any of those 2 things, you're not doing the business. So I think that's a huge mistake people make is getting caught up with non-income producing activities and thinking they're doing ACN, which is not, it's not, no matter what, it's just not doing the business. Your business is not growing. So that's number 2. And Number three, I think it's just not being coachable, because, you know, you got to listen to people that have had success already and are just giving you the answers, you know, like just get the ego out the way, which is part of that, you know, not being coachable, I think, is the ego. You know, ego takes people out of this business, I see. And that's a big no-no. I mean, you got to leave your ego at the door, and you have to be coachable, like to respect people that have done the business and are trying to help you do the business the right way. And, you know, it's proven, because they've proven it based on their results and how much they've helped people. So, you know, why should we be so arrogant to think that we know better after coming in here for, you know, a week or two or a couple months? And people have been doing this, putting their blood, sweat, tears, walking away from their family, staying up late at night, you know, putting in real time, hours, days, and weeks, and months, and years. And then we're so disrespectful to think, oh yeah, I know what to do. No, I could do this better, or I should do this instead. And, you know, challenging it. So, you know, I want people to think that they should have, you know, be open-minded and, you know, bring, you know, everybody has individual, you know, gifts and ideas, but at some point you have to just really be a student and just listen, because you'll get more done that way. You'll learn more and you'll get more accomplished just by listening and being coachable and being a student. I mean, that's honestly what I was like for the first year, because you know, my results weren't there as far as business partners, but I studied a lot. I studied a lot of people. I studied everyone and the company. You know, I learned, but I listened a lot. So that you know, once it came time, and once my time came, and I you know, first of all, made a huge decision to really go full-fledged and jump in and really you know, do the business at a high level. It was, you know, it was on, like you saw, 1,000 customers in less than a year. Yeah. So but that, you know, that came from watching and listening. So being a student, being coachable.
Great points. I know them well. What is a daily method of operation? What is your daily method of operation? When you get up in the morning, how do you control your day? What, you know, how do you control your day?
So you basically got to, you know, control the day by saying, like, okay, what am my goal today is a PBZ. So what time am I having a PBZ? That's the most important thing. How many am I having? What times a day, right? And then you want to reach out to your team. You want to see how your team is doing, check their temperature, see how they're doing, see how they're feeling. Because I mean, it's a people business, so you got to find out who on your team is, you know, taking the next step and what how they're feeling, and you know, get them engage with your people, and then, you know, just rinse and repeat, more PBZs and engagement with your team, and that's doing the business.
What time do you go to bed at night?
Nah, that varies. I mean, I think probably like midnight maybe, or no, I try to go to bed early now, like 11, 10:30, because the earlier you get up, the better. You get more stuff done when you get up earlier. So trying to get up, you know, getting up at 6 o'clock normally now. Sooner or later, I'll make it to the 5 o'clock club, but I don't know if I'm ready for that yet. You know, I still drive a lot during the day, so I don't want to just put the risk out there and drive, and, you know, drive tired. So, you know.
Yeah. Now, when's your last night at nighttime? When's your last PBZ?
8 o'clock for mostly. Mostly it's at 8 o'clock. Yeah, mostly 8 o'clock. I do a lot of 8 o'clocks.
Now you do some type of a shark call, don't you?
Yeah, shark call in the morning, 9 o'clock.
And what do you do there?
We learn. You know, we learn. We learn from the number one regional vice president of the company. You know, we mastermind with him, and we take his advice. We remain coachable, and we take his advice and apply it. So I mean, that's accountability call. This way you stay engaged. Like I mentioned, you know, it's easy for people to get disconnected and, you know, fade away for a week or a day. If you're not in the business, then it feels brand new when you come back. And you know, it's a lot harder to get the momentum again. So that keeps us that keeps us running. That keeps us going. Is being engaged with each other every day and mastermind every day.
Is that something that you need? Is it something that you like? Is it?
Yeah, oh man, I mean, I definitely need it, because it's gonna keep me in the game. You know, it's gonna keep me in the game. No matter what, I'm getting on a call at 9 o'clock to take a look at my business. So it's like if you own a Dunkin' Donuts, like, are you know, the day you don't go turn the lights on, you know, wow, how long has this store been closed? You know, that's how you're going to feel if you walk away from your business for a day or two. Like, wow, I don't even know this place anymore.
Yeah.
No, you gotta take a look at your business every day. You know, look at your back office if you have to, but, you know, really take a look at it from an accountability partner who's going to say, how many PBCs do you have last night? How many PBCs do you have today? How many PBCs do you have tomorrow? Like that's really how you get, you know, accountable, and hold yourself accountable to that standard. So I definitely need it. Yeah, I definitely need it. You know, I need it more than it needs me. You know, I need to, you know, that's what it's about, being positive and staying consistent. Because it's so easy to just look up and, oh man, a new month, you know, 30 days went, what did I do in the last 30 days? This every day you're doing something towards your goal. Things get done a lot quicker that way.
Yeah.
So it's a must.
I can't believe it. March is right around the corner. Crazy.
Yeah.
I mean,
March is right here. Exactly. You know, and we, you know, yeah, March is where it all changed last year. So we're about to go into a year anniversary in this new world. So it's
Exactly.
crazy that
Exactly.
it's crazy that we're still in this thing, and you know, it's been a year. And the year just started, I feel like, too. So it's already getting to March. So
Yeah. Now, have you ever done a 30-day or 90-day blitz? And if so, what are your thoughts on doing them? What results did they have helped you achieve? And do you have any advice for those who want to start one?
yeah, if you want to start a blitz, then you know it has to be. I think you start a blitz when you decide you want to start a blitz. I mean, it's really a decision. Like you know, like I had to put the shovel down. I was, you know, shoveling my backyard and, you know, building a patio and stuff like that. And then once I said, you know, I got it, I just put it, I got to go to work. Like once you get that decision muscle made and you say, I'm going to work, you push that button, that's when your blitz starts. And it can go as long as you want. It can go 30 days, 60 days, or 90 days. Depends on how, you know, how lit that fire is. It's highly recommended. And I mean, if you can get to that point where you can just start it again and just push that button again on yourself, then yeah, it's crazy, because you're going to be helping so many people because of your energy and because of what you're bringing to the table, and the no quit attitude, the relentlessness, and, you know, just the willing to help people, and your enthusiasm is, you know, going to be through the roof. And it's going to really be, I mean, you're going to look up and have, you know, hundreds and hundreds of customers and hundreds of business partners, and, you know, a whole new team basically, if you put yourself into a blitz like that. So it's highly recommended. You know, you get so much accomplished in a few months. You wouldn't believe it, how much you can get accomplished in a few months.
Okay. How do you keep this fun as you build your ACN business?
I don't know. The family is fun. Like, you know, the guy, you know, we're all family here. So I mean, this is just fun because they're your friends now. I mean, you it's not a job, you know, where I don't even know. Like, it's not like you feel like your coworkers. We're all in the same boat together. We're all trying to get to the same goals, and, you know, we're helping each other, and we're seeing each other go through the same thing. And it's enjoyable watching other people have success and watching other people go through, you know, things that you went through, and, you know, you can laugh about that. So I mean, I don't know. It's got to be fun to you. You know, it's got to be fun to you. I mean, I like the people I do business with, so that's what makes it fun. Getting up in the morning and seeing these guys and girls, and you know, and also bringing new people on, and then them being excited, like how you were excited when you first started, and just helping people, having great conversations with people. Because, like I said, this is a people business. So I mean, that's if you gotta like people at the end of the day. You know, and it's fun. It's the social. We're all social people. Everybody likes people. You know, we're you know, sometimes we rub each other the wrong way as people, but at the end of the day, we need each other. We're social creatures. So, you know, it's going to be fun. You know, and, you know, don't take it too seriously. Presentations are fun. After a while, you know, you start hearing the same type of things from people. So I think presentations make it fun for me, because you know, you start hearing the same excuses that people have, and you start hearing, oh, I know what this person's going to say. You know, you can almost see it right before they say it. And then you just laugh in your head, like, oh, I've heard this a million times. And then you just, you know, you respond to it, you know, and then you just go from there. But
Yeah.
that just brushes off after a while. And then you just remind yourself that you're looking for the right people. You're looking for people like yourself that are open to doing this business, and that are you know, excited and motivated to do this business. So you're looking for yourself. You're looking for people just like you. And, if you're out there, then there's somebody like you out there too. So
Yeah.
just got to
Do you
find
have
them.
any advice for a new IBO who has growing teams that are finding themselves in a leadership role for the first time?
Yeah, I would say, read some leadership books, read some books if you're not sure about, how to lead. Who is it? Bob Proctor? No, John Maxwell has great books on leadership. Read some books and think about your favorite leaders. I mean, think about who's a leader to you. Like, I mean, it could be anybody. It could be um, Elon Musk, Mark Cuban, it could be LeBron James. Like, whoever you think is a leader in your eyes, like, just emulate them. Emulate their characteristics and how they lead. Study great leaders. Your favorite president, whoever it is. Like, study great leaders, whoever it is in history. Just take their characteristics and apply it. And then, there's leaders in the company. So, I mean, and you can ask, there's other leaders. So it is, specifically your mentors, find out how they lead, find out what they do in the situations that you're in now.
Yeah.
Use other people to help you do that.
How important is team culture?
Yeah, team culture is important. I mean, because team culture is going to get people off the island where they feel like they're alone and they're in it by themselves. And it's uncomfortable anyway to start something new and to start a new journey. So the last thing you want to do is, put somebody on their own boat and say, okay, we're all swimming across the ocean this way, so we'll see you when we get there. Like, no, we got to be on the same boat together so we can get through this storm together. So it's important. And you can do simple things like create a group chat with your team, and you're very good at that. I mean, you're extremely good at team culture. Harsh is extremely good at team culture. So I mean, I think everybody can learn from what you're doing. Keeps them engaged, and it's important to have that group atmosphere. So it's necessary.
Okay. What do you do to get back on track when you lost momentum and you're starting to question yourself?
Remind yourself why you're doing the business, and just look at what you're doing. Like, I mean, if you are at that point, most likely, you're probably in the same job you were in last year or the same job you were in 6 months ago. So you got to look at it and say, well, I'm still doing the same thing. Like, something's got to change. I got to get up and change it. And yeah, you just got to rebuild. If you do it once, you can do it again. And personal development, reading those books again are going to get you fired up and get you, to a point where you desire success, what you want. I mean, if it wasn't for Thomas Edison, trying 15,000 times to create the light bulb, and he had a chance where he could have quit. He could have stopped at like 10, but he kept going because he wanted it. And he reminded himself that this is possible. He can do it, and it didn't stop him. So, we're not trying hard enough. We're not trying a fraction as much as he's trying. So if he can not get his results and temporary defeats, you can do the same thing. So it's just just create momentum again. Go out and do it again. Remind yourself why you're doing it. And think about your kids, think about your family, think about your future. And just that's a huge motivator, I think, for most people.
What is the 2 favorite memories in the business, in your ACN business?
It's got to be when you cut your finger in the car. It's got to be when you cut your finger in the car, because we were going to training, and I was like, wow, this guy cut his finger almost off, like split it open, changing your dashboard. I mean, changing your inspection sticker. You left your raise on there, cut your finger open, and we still went to training, and we got there on time. And you had a washcloth around your hand for 12, 24 hours or whatever it was. I mean, that was crazy. So, I mean, that was like shock factor, you know what I mean? To see, like, to launch me in the business, that was a shock factor for sure.
How long did I know you?
Probably like 3 days, probably less than 3 days, probably.
You're
probably,
going to friend.
Second time I met you. So, that was I'll never forget that, because that's how it all started. And I saw how committed you were to going to training, to help me and help other people and help yourself too, because you were doing it for your team and your business, but you were also helping me because we were taking my first business part of there. So you were not letting me fail. You weren't letting yourself fail. You weren't letting me fail, and you weren't letting them miss an opportunity that could change their life. We went to Connecticut that day, so that showed me a lot about who you were immediately. Because people are gonna show you who they are, as soon as you meet them. You just gotta look. You gotta look for the signs, and it showed me a lot about who you are, your character, and then it showed me a lot about what I had to do for this business to work. The excuses that I can't make. You know what I mean? If you could have easily went to the hospital and said forget it, and you put it's like literally blood, sweat, and tears, and it's like I'll die trying to get to my dreams. That's what you basically showed to me. Like, you know what I mean? I'll die to try to get my goals accomplished. Like, that's the kind of willpower. Like, no, I have to get it done. Like, you know what I mean? Your whole life is behind it and your motivation. So, I mean, the bar was set very high with that one. So I know that I can bring a lot of motivation because of that, and desire and will. So, I mean, that was cool. Glad you're okay. Glad you're safe. Glad you made it. But that was by far one of the best memories. And then, just going to conventions. The conventions were amazing. I mean, I remember when, I think it was my first convention when I looked around the stadium. I'm like, wow, all these people are, like regional directors and regional vice presidents and executive team leaders. And, they're making money. And, where have I been? Because I don't know these 15,000 people. Like, how come nobody else told me about this? So I was just blown away when I saw all that. And then to make it even more clear, we sat there and they would just give out awards for like 30 minutes straight. Like, you can literally sit there and they'll call name by name, John Smith, Carrie Jones, Jessica, whatever, Timothy Bradley, whatever. It just, they'll just name. And you're like, wow, they're still going. And like, these are people getting up and accepting awards. It's like, I never saw something where people just got awards for so long. Like, so, and it made me believe that I can do it because I'm like, these are all different people, different walks of life, different, male, female, black, white, everything, everything. The job title was different. The background was different. I mean, people from all across the country, different countries. So when I saw that there were people from all over the world doing it, all types of people, it just said, this is obviously anybody can do this business. This is not for one type of person. So I definitely saw myself there. So that was my best memory, just seeing the convention and obviously seeing your team and, having good laughs with them and going out to eat and hanging out for 3 days to, a lot of positivity. I mean, it's so much, for 3 days, you get nothing but positivity and it's just so much love. And, it's just like, you never want to leave, So great memories. I can't wait for us to get back to that.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely missed. And I remember when I got my hand cut, and my coach always tells me, make sure they go to training. You know what I mean? So I just, at that day, I was just thinking, Pat says, get him to training. Just get him to training. Because I knew if I got you in front of, soon to be a senior vice president, Jeff Street and Melissa Street, if I knew I got you in front of them, I knew my job was done. I knew it would be done. But Devil was coming in and doing some damage to me, and I didn't even think about it. I was excited to get you to go to training. I kind of paid the price, but that's okay. You know what I mean? I got a scar on my hand, but that's it was definitely a mistake. You know what I mean? Definitely. So now the two biggest mistakes you made. What did you learn from them? And the smartest thing that you've done?
Two biggest mistakes I made. I don't know, man. I mean, I think maybe pushing people too hard, I guess maybe. I mean, who knows? I mean, I feel like that was one point I felt like, man, I had somebody that was going to convention and I pushed them too hard and they didn't want to go anywhere. They didn't want to do the business anymore. So when that happened to me, I was like, man, maybe I went too far. But sometimes you got to go too far so you know where too far is. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, it's not a mistake. It's a learning experience. I don't think anything, is it like truly a mistake? Like, you're doing things because you're kind of ignorant to it. So you got to learn so that you're not ignorant and you know what to do. And, so I think it was just a great experience. I don't know. I don't really think I made many mistakes, honestly. And that's just how I look at it because everything happens for a reason and everything is a learning experience for me. So, and honestly, I try not to make mistakes because I watch so much people do it. So I learn from other people's mistakes. I learned what not to do just by seeing other people either go through it and have a consequence or repercussion. And so, that's just kind of one of my traits. I don't know, man. I just try to, I'm a perfectionist, I guess. So I try to do everything the right way and make sure I have the least amount of mistakes possible. But, you got to get out the comfort zone and sometimes ruffle some feathers and learn, by scraping your knees. But thankfully I can't recall many mistakes because you got to think about positive, you got to think about the future, you got to think about, you can't dwell in the past and negative stuff. But so, I can't remember. I just keep going forward. If I made a mistake, I made it.
Okay. What are the top traits you look for in a leader, and one single trait that has helped you become successful?
So one trait in a leader?
Yeah, when you sign somebody up, what are you looking for? What's that one trait that you're looking for that is the key ingredients for somebody that's going to be successful here?
Oh, self-motivation. Self-motivation. I mean, if somebody's, talking and, being on an offense, when we're doing a conversation, not like, defensive where it's like I ask them a question, they answer it. I ask them a question, or I say something, they say something. Like I'm looking for people to shout back at me. Oh, I want to do this because of this, and I want to listen to you. I'm tired of talking. You know what I mean? I want to listen to what you got to say. It's 80% listening to you and 20% talking. So I rather somebody. I'm looking for that's a sign when I can see people that are excited about what they're seeing, that they're chiming in and they're giving me their thoughts. Because it's only going to help us grow as a team and help me build you as a leader if I know more about you and I know, what you want out of this. And, we create a bond from there. So that's a great sign when you see somebody that gets it and they're giving you, information about them and how they like it and everything. So I, love people to talk back basically. So that's a good sign. And what was the second part of the question?
What are the top traits that you look for in a leader, and what single trait that has mostly helped you become successful?
Single trait that helped me become successful is resilience. Because you're gonna have to step into the cold market and make phone calls and get in a comfort zone and invite people and they say no, or go to PBZ and they don't show up, so you're gonna have to have like thick skin. So that's a single trait that I can say has helped me be successful, is just being able to brush it off and just do it again. Here and no, here and no, here and no, okay, and keep going. And then no show, keep going. And then you're gonna go through it. So that's a must. Like you have to have rhino skin in this business.
Rhino skin.
So exactly. Having that is necessary.
Okay, so rhino skin. Now, we have an RD leadership, we have conventions and stuff like that, and the convention is going to be online. Why should people mark their calendars, clear their schedule, and attend these events and hustle to qualify to the RD leadership role and also all the leadership training that they have, which is the RD leadership that they have once a month, Tuesdays?
Yeah, the convention changed my life. So, like I said, this is a virtual convention. And from what I'm hearing, this is the best virtual convention that we had so far. So we've had two, and the third one is really going to be, knocking our socks off, because we're going to be able to go into breakout rooms, which is just like the convention where we used to go to a section where we can talk to the Vivint experts. We can talk to the Zoom Energy experts. We can talk to, Dish Network, AT&T, IDC, whoever it is that you want to talk to, you can talk to them and get your specific question answered. So I like this part of the virtual convention, is that it's now interactive, where we can go in there and get questions answered and talk to people and hear from, the services that we offer. Because a lot of people like the services and they're big on that and they want to know, all about the services. So this is going to be a fun part. And then, just learning from people that have done the business, learning from senior vice presidents in the company that have been through the business, that have done everything you've done, and have made it to the top, because they're gonna give you the belief you need that's gonna help you do it, because their whole goal is to help you get to where they got to faster, because they're giving you all. It's like if we're driving to Pennsylvania And, I went through the hard path, and I'm saying, no, go this way, go that way, go this way, go that way. I'm giving you the answers. Like, I'm giving you the best route to go to where we got to get to. That's what they're doing. They went through all the bumps. They made all the mistakes for us. So that way they can come back and say, hey, listen, don't do this, or do this, don't do that. So, I mean, that's where it comes in. You got to be coachable, and you're going to hear for hours people telling you what to do and what not to do. I mean, it's just like, it's unbelievable. Like, they're giving you answers to the whole entire, to success here. And you just got to be coachable. Let's do it. I mean, and on top of that, it's just, I mean, the conventions changed my life. I mean, just spiritually, it was a change for me. So it did so much, for me as a person, and just, my growth as a human being on this planet. So, I mean, it's just so much positivity, and I just hope we can continue to duplicate that virtually for people, so I think this is gonna be a big one. So definitely it's worth it. If you need a day to yourself, this is a day to yourself where you need to be here to see this and watch, the power of human potential, is incredible. So definitely mark your calendar for that. I mean, it's gonna be amazing. I can't wait. I'm so excited.
What would you say to that IBO? Our convention's on March 20th.
Yeah.
Right? It's our virtual convention. What would you say to that IBO that didn't go to the event on the 22nd?
Oh, I mean, the one that didn't go, I mean, they just missed it. I mean, they're gonna have to wait for another one. They're gonna have to, continue their career missing gems, missing, answers to questions that they're gonna naturally have. So, I mean, they're just doing themselves a disservice, and they're just taking a longer route. It's gonna take them longer to get to where they want to get to at the end of the day by not going. So you can do it the long way or the short way. So it's all about that decision you're gonna make.
So you would not be where you are today without a convention, period.
Nope, definitely not. Definitely not. I'd be either not here or I'd be far away from where I'm at now. I mean, way less customers, way less production, way less supporting people, way less people to support. I mean, way less people that I could have impacted and changed their lives and helped them, a lot less of everything I'm doing right now, for sure.
Okay. This is the last question. With the years of experience and training and knowledge that you have now acquired in network marketing, what advice would you give your younger self if you were just getting started now in ACN to help you condense timeframes and achieve success as quickly as possible?
Yeah, but I mean, knowing what I know now, and if I started at a younger age, I would have definitely.
If you lost everything in ACN, you're just completely back down to zero, and you got to go. And with the knowledge that you have right now, that you didn't have before, what would you do to get back to RD as fast as possible?
I would use this technology. I would use this technology and just go talk to business owners. I would just go right to business owners, A players. I mean, I would literally do the same thing I'm doing right now, which is talking to people in real estate, talking to business owners, talking to other network marketers, and then know what I know now. I would be better at leading people. I'd be better at helping people grow and helping them duplicate and being fat. I would get there faster, obviously, because of what I know now. But I really wouldn't change the method of operation, because it's all about consistency, doing the same thing consistently. PBZs, CQ. That's the name of the business. So that's the basics. You got to keep going. You got to keep the basics going. But know what I know now. Obviously, I'd be alive. I mean, I'd save more people. I'd help make people more money, which is a great thing for everybody else. So I'd be more of a service to people.
Okay. All right. Well, guys, you got it. That's Jovan Dudley, regional director in the company. He's been here a short period of time, doing some amazing things. I met him at a meetup, a real estate meetup, and just watching this guy grow into who he is today, watching what he's doing. He's working on his regional vice president position. Now, what is that? Regional vice president is the second highest position in the company, and he's going to have that done by the end of the year. Is that correct?
Yep, by the end of the year, that's my goal. Get it done in 2020. I'll be a regional director in 2021. I mean, I wrote it. I wrote it all here, so you got to write it down.
Okay.
I think I wrote it probably like 50 times. I am going regional vice president in 2021.
Now, there's somebody listening to this that is a new IBO, getting to know you. What would you say to him to let him know that you want it? You both can hook up together and partner up together and build an empire together. What would you want to say to him so he knows before he calls you?
Yeah, I mean, what do you want to accomplish in life? What are your desires? What are your dreams? Like, what do you want out of life? Find out what they want and help them get that done. Show them the people that have done it. You know what I mean? Whatever it is. If you want to help animals for the rest of your life, okay. Well, if you want to help animals for the rest of your life, aren't you going to need to, feed yourself and have a house and have time and maybe help get medicine for the animals and help create groups and help fund what you want to do in life. I mean, whatever it is in life, you're gonna need money for it. We need money to eat. Like let's not forget, like we can't survive without money. So this would help you take that off the it'll help you take that out the equation. Like money's not an issue anymore. You can do whatever you want. So let's make money not an issue anymore. Let me help you make money not an issue anymore, so you can get what you want to get in life accomplished. And that's why I want to know what you want to do with your life.
Okay. All right. We appreciate it. I know you're a busy guy. I know you're doing PBZs day and night. We were trying to do this the other day, all that stuff, but we finally got together. And, I'm going to be doing a lot of these interviews with top people in the company that are on our team just to let people know what they're all about. And we're very excited to have spent some time with you, Jovan.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you for your
problem.
leadership.
This is the first of many. So I mean, I look forward to doing some more, and I look forward to sharing with you guys more information. And I thank you for creating a platform for us, Mike. And being a servant leader, and putting us out there and giving people content, because that's something that you've always done well. Just giving people information. That's why I'm here, is because you just dumped information on me, all the time, left and right, where it's just in there. So you got to stay in front of people and keep giving them content, and you're great at that. So I hope this helped people, and I hope you guys got something out of it. And
anything else you want to say? You're good.
Yeah, man. I mean, let's make it a big 2021. Let's make it a big 2021, everybody. Let's do it. Let's go.
Sounds good. See you at RVP.
All right, man.